Crash. It's amazing.
I got Zach in the middle of a sentence this time. Hello, guys, gals, non-binary pals. My name is Andrew Otway, and tonight it is my exquisite pleasure to bring you that D&D podcast plays The Burning Wheel. Also, Adam is having some trouble with Discord, so he looks like a red spooky cloud.
Just in time for holidays?
Yeah, there you go. It's your Halloween costume.
Yes. And hi, I'm Adam. Today I'll be playing Magnus, if I could remember anything about him and what we were doing.
Oh yeah, I gotta catch up mentally. It's real bad.
Good news, you are now greedy and have poisonous ambition.
Yes, I should probably actually open up roll 20.
As an aside, it has now taken this guy enough time to block that he's about to catch a timeout.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
It turns out having 31 creatures rotated 90 degrees at you.
37, thank you. 37 creatures. There were 6 non-tokens on the board.
Okay.
I'm Mike Jennerson Berard. I am not playing Magic the Gathering right now, so I apologize. I am a different location in my room for Halloween.
Oh my god! Why is that funny? Like, that's really funny.
And
This is my costume.
Right.
Surprise!
I hope. Was that champagne? Are you having a mimosa for dinner?
It's the end of the world, Michael.
La fin du monde. Fin? I don't know. I'm not
French.
Despite being French Canadian, I don't speak French. Yeah. I'm glad to be back. I'm just really tired.
How's it going, Zach?
Hello, friends. Let me tell you about really tired. How are we doing, Internet? My name is Zach. He, him pronouns. I am on this podcast occasionally, and you probably don't know me from the fact that I just had a child, another one. So, well, my wife had a child, and I have been.
You were there.
I was there. I wasn't doing most of the work, though. I feel like
Go
I can't
team,
really
go. Go team, go.
Yay,
Yay,
well,
team.
I feel like if we were a team, then I was like maybe the mechanic, and she was like, yeah, no.
The
No,
coach
like-
is part of the team, but the coach doesn't play ball.
The coach doesn't get a scholarship, though, man. Like, no. So I am exhausted. Not as exhausted as my partner Melissa is, but I am beat. I am transcending. I've transcended the difference between awake and asleep, which makes me a very strange person. My normal weirdness is amplified somewhat. I also consumed way too much Mountain Dew today in order to transcend the difference between awake and asleep. And yeah, that's pretty much where I am. Things are so weird here that my toddler started like literally glitching out yesterday. He just walked into he calmly walked into the kitchen, took all the purple letter magnets, just the purple ones, off the refrigerator, and then threw them into the living room.
I was
and said
hoping.
nothing about it.
I was really hoping you were gonna say it and then like spelled my social insurance number.
Oh god, that would be amazing. It's like, yes, he actually spelled the name of 3 demons backwards.
Yeah.
And that
Mr.
ended
Mixoplex.
actually. So yeah, hi everyone. I'm playing Indiso, who we turned out to be actually Elven last time, and I still need to figure out what that means because I am.
Well,
Yeah.
you're leaning into elfitude.
Yes, I have whatever it's called, the elf.
Feyblood.
thing. Yes.
Cool.
Does that actually require blood? I mean, blood lineage.
Elf blood for the elf blood god.
Right.
Not
Or
not strictly.
Right.
Definitely doesn't hurt. But I think I actually made this joke last time. Indiso is Fey-blooded. Check it and see.
What?
Instead of hot-blooded, check it and see. Got a fever?
Gotcha.
I'm 103. Thanks, Adam.
No, I'm just for sure how the rest of this podcast is going to go.
Yeah.
It's going to be
It's going to be
something.
spoken word of Andrew's recollection of songs from before he was born.
Like
I'm a rocket.
Man. Free-associated, like, superposer beat poetry.
Yeah.
Is what we've got going on here. It's awesome.
Listen, I came back from Victoria. I got better. And, I mean, so living in Canuckistan, a few times I've had people not from Canada ask, did anything change when Canada legalized ye weed? And, like, no. It was a Wednesday on purpose, I think.
So people couldn't get all, like, weird about it.
Well, so, I think it might have been one of the, like, chief police, folk in BC was basically like, it's been de facto legal here for a while. We're not going to be any less busy because we didn't bother doing anything about it before. So, don't be an asshole. Thanks.
Yeah, it was somebody.
If
I
only we
was
could
watching
all not be
something or
assholes.
listening to someone from a podcast with someone from BC on it, and they're like, yeah. So they were just like, basically what happened was all the old weed dispensaries shut down on a Wednesday.
Yep.
Because now you have to have like paperwork and stuff, and so now I can't get weed.
Yep.
What is this?
Well, there is a government website that just wholesales it. So if you need like a bunch of it, although here's I saw actually an even better take. But there's a postal strike on right now.
Oh God.
So I saw someone say, "So what is this? Some kind of socialist hard mode that I'm in?"
Nice.
Yeah, no, it kind of is actually. Yeah, yeah. Welcome to the reality of strikes. They're super effective, but only because they inconvenience a lot of people.
Yeah.
And the more people they inconvenience, the more effective they are.
Generally speaking. Well, that was a fun digression.
It was even a digression because we are talking about elves. They're kind of the weediest.
The elves are on strike?
Yeah.
The elves in the valley kind of are.
This is why Indiso only staffs orcs.
I wouldn't be surprised if the orcs when what happens when orcs go on strike? Like, do they go on strike? Like, what is?
Wait, you're not a what is it? Picket breaker, line breaker? What's the phrase? Are you hiding the orcs because the elves aren't working right now?
Yes, all of the orcs are scabs. No, the orcs were just there. Like, the orcs were there when I legally acquired the vineyard.
And as we all know, the law is always moral.
Mhm.
Oh boy.
Cool. Does anyone want to go over their beliefs, instincts, and traits?
You should make Adam.
Let's see. I have 3 beliefs. And let's see,
I
what if
believe in a
could
thing called
change-
love.
Yeah.
Just over the mark.
Well, I'm still all about exploiting non-citizens for monetary gain. And I have half of a belief, which apparently I should have finished, about restoring my fortune.
Do you still believe the third one as well?
No, it was no, that was because I was going to try to. Oh no, I failed that miserably, didn't I?
A little bit. That was part of your self-immolation.
Yeah. Damn, my beliefs are all out of whack. Okay.
We can come back to you.
Yeah. And then instincts, never pay full price for anything, refuse to lie to make a deal, and my bee farm is going lovely.
Oh, your bee farm.
Yeah.
I thought you said your beef arm.
My beefy arms.
Yeah.
Now I just quit Facebook, hit the gym, and lawyer it up or something. What
Got
was it again?
Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Traits: inscrutable, poisonous ambition, self-satisfied, prideful traditions, violent, affinity for business, and greed.
I love that you have greed now.
Which I need to, eventually figure out the mechanics for since I don't have a book.
Mm-hmm.
Well, greed's pretty simple, actually. You
can-
can roll it in place of anything you want as the thing you're doing is going to get you something.
Something that you
risk
like
it going up. Yeah.
desire with a capital D. You can also like use it to help resources if it's lower than your resources, I want to say. It might be
Yes, but
higher.
If your greed is lower than your resource, get a bonus. Then you can use it to help resources. If your resources are lower than your greed, then you take a penalty to everything. I think is how that works.
Right. But you currently have resources 7, you're just sitting on a bunch of tax.
Yeah.
So if you got up to greed 8, then we would be very worried.
Heading towards boss monster or something. What is then when I get greed 10?
Yeah,
Greed-
you hit
yeah.
greed 10 and you stop being a player character and turn into literal Gollum.
Yeah.
Do you think Gollum kind of wants semi-precious gems? All right,
I see what you did there.
on that bombshell, let's hop over to Michael.
I'm playing Lady Margarita Agnesia Luca Pasqualina Bianca Florentia Marta de Fabre. Her beliefs are to defeat this wizard and keep my name. Oh, right. I had forgotten.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's still a thing.
Well, because we
My
gave
brother
you quixotic and like family drama or something for traits.
Yeah.
You have a trait that reflects that you have a fucked up family. Melodramatic.
Dramatic family and quixotic. I forgot what quixotic meant.
Uh,
Copy, paste.
it is.
No tilting.
Idealistic, unrealistic, and impractical. Okay, yeah, that sounds right. I will defeat this wizard and keep my name. My brother will pay for his arrogance. I'll change his root in chaos and will discord. I will sow discord by... You know, I might just pay, and I will sow discord power, period.
So
End
you
of sentence.
so you should have something small and achievable with each of those. I will defeat this wizard and keep my name, and then like the first step is figuring out where he sleeps.
I will reload my gun.
By figuring out where he sleeps. My brother will pay for his arrogance.
By figuring out the first step is figuring out where he sleeps.
No, by finding something important to him.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, because you don't want to kill him, you just want to make him real sad, so then you can shoot him in the back of the head.
Get him to shoot himself.
That's just
your
how Margaret
MO
rolls now,
at this
yeah.
point.
Okay, so you're the villain from the first episode of Sherlock in the BBC series.
Just
Deep.
worm tongue. And I also discord by what's the like flouting laws? I don't know something. Zach, you're good at words when you're less tired. Are you better with words when you're more tired?
Oh, I'm gonna give you some words, Mike.
Do it.
I will sow discord by. So your idea is like you're trying to make things hell here for everyone, basically, right?
It's more like apparently that's where I am. Yeah, that's where I become.
All right. I mean, do you still have your mercenary company? Or did we burn all of them to death last time? I can't remember.
A few died, but many survived.
I will sow discord by violence. It's using my team to accost those in power. How about that? By stealing a shipment of something important. Gunpowder, Mike. By stealing a shipment of gunpowder.
My team to is it stealing or is it destroying?
Well, I think you steal it and then you Guy Fawkes
Powder keg it?
right?
Yeah.
That's the new plan, Mike.
Guy
We have a
Fawkes
plan.
is an interesting example to
Correct.
use.
Yeah. Isn't that like coming up or is that already recent?
Remember the 5th of
The
November.
5th of November. Yeah, that's like in a couple weeks. You
Gun-
all should remember.
Gunpowder, treason, and plot.
And plot.
I see no reason.
Gunpowder treason should ever be forgot.
The gunpowder treason.
Yeah, but there's another verse about
Yes.
the Pope.
There's always another verse about the Pope.
Yeah, because it was actually a Protestant Catholic thing. It's very weird.
My instincts are to pry every secret from every lip, never let someone get too close, and always be network building. Not sure how. I mean, those can be instincts. They just might be somewhat buried behind my amazing traits of melodramatic family, prideful, quixotic, traditionalist, violent in your lordship. Because despite being deposed and not particularly popular right now, she is still royal, noble. Her die traits are cold-hearted, darling of the court, and mark of privilege. And she has an aura of innocence, and Mike does not. Sorry, I have croup, I think, but like,
Nice.
I think I gave it to a kid, and I took the kid to the ER because I was thinking he couldn't breathe, and it turns out it was just a croup, and that's part of why I'm tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounded like an asthma attack that I used to have when I was a kid, and I thought he was dying, so I went from 0 to, am I calling 911 or am I driving to the hospital? Reverend, if you stop talking to me, I'm pulling over and calling 911. So. My relationships, Prince's disfavored daughter. Prince from the next coming over, disfavored daughter. Timothy Kurtzwalp, who I'm trying not to harm, or I was in the past. Reach, the loyal Cannon Sharpshooter Cannon Smith, who is dead. Posthumous relationship.
I mean, you can always find him. You probably know where he was buried unceremoniously, under a few inches of vineyard.
Ooh, yeah, strong. All right, that's me.
I guess that leaves me, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I am playing Indiso de la Vino. And my beliefs are the old god Pacoon favors this grapery. I will complete construction on the sanctum, which I think I was going to look at and didn't. Sort of like weird and squishy and taking forever. In this one, I think I actually finished part of. I am building a great future for the grapery. I will solidify a relationship with the moneyed class who can support this endeavor. And that happened last time?
I definitely remember you taking a stab at it.
Yeah. Information. Okay. And Pacoon, the ancient deity of this grapery, is suffering. I will find a way to cleanse a god with fire. Which we sort of started down the path of because I now have like that weird symbiote thing in the jar that I'm going to be burning.
Well, you've got two bits, and one of them, Margaretta's turning into a necklace to make it harder to scry her. And then you've got yours so you can conduct a science. Yes, science will be conducted. Instinct number 1, I will always accept a drink if offered and produce one if none is. Instinct 2, I will look for signs of Pacoon in all things. Instinct 3, I am always working on the next vintage. My traits are patient, off-kilter, prideful, violent, traditionalist. And now, Fey Blood, which I think I'm going to be taking Essence of the Earth with. Okay, what is that? That is the one. Elves do not feel the effects of earthly cold or heat as men do. They do not fall ill. They are ageless and only on when the earth is. Cool. So basically, I'm setting Indiso up to be an NPC in a future, basically, right? Some D&D ass party in whatever D&D 6 is gonna roll through here and find Indiso tilling a vineyard, and there's just like a mountain of corpses buried underneath. Yeah, it's been properly blessed by Pacoon. And then I also have Dreamer and Cool Headed, which is the one that gives me bonuses to steel tests. Yes. Yes. I got through like the first 20 minutes of the trait vote session listening to it back today, and I remember I threatened you with another dream, and I was like, I should give you more dreams, and you're like, I'm kind of good, actually. You're like, I kind of have a bunch of stuff going on. I'm like, yeah, the dreams I have are kind of a lot right now. Yeah, I think that's part of the dreamer trait, though. I think it is.
Diesel just doesn't sleep anymore.
No, sleeping is too dangerous, man.
Sleep is the mind kill.
You never know when that shit's coming back on you.
I will allow my sleep to pass through me, and only I will remain.
God.
Good.
Okay.
Does anyone have a thing they want to campaign for? Seeing as a scene first.
I don't even remember where we left off, honestly. We burnt a bunch of people in Steel. Okay.
Yeah. I've actually got an idea for one if no one else does. I'm picturing a fairly idyllic shot of Indiso's vineyard. Probably a few establishing shots. We get one from above as the sun crests over a hill to the east, sort of thing. And there's bird song. We get a lower shot, and it's Indiso's kind of knocked about little cabin. Maybe we hear the witch snoring peacefully somewhere because, as previously established, she snores rather loudly and impressively. I'm picturing I don't know when Indiso wakes up, so if it's
there's also goats milling about.
Oh yeah,
2 goats grazing in the foreground.
Well, and I imagine there's some staff who are already out and about working, before dawn, sort of thing. And then just wherever Indiso sleeps, because I'm assuming there's a window there, just a bird slams into it at literally breakneck speed, just thump. And then 2 more.
So I imagine the shot for Indiso is the first one thumps in and he sits bolt upright in his bed and then turns to look and then dodges the next
Well, I imagine they're pinging off the glass, or the first one's off the glass, then the next 2 you just hear on the wall, the external wall.
Okay. I will get up. I will check to make sure that my rot sample is where I left it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will carefully. I'm gonna grab
It was in a suspension of oil in a glass vial or something. It seemed you expect this. It's slightly larger in the vial.
Okay.
But it has been growing slowly and fairly predictably for the last while.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab one of the books I've been studying. Right, I'm gonna hold it over my head protectively, and then look out the door to see if there's a flock of birds aimed at me somehow.
It's just 3, maybe 4, just crushed skulls and spines, because apparently they just slammed into your bedroom at a decent speed.
Okay. Any recognizable pattern in the wall? Is there...
Ooh. Let's see, symbology?
Oh, I'm so good at symbology.
You actually know it now, don't you?
Do I?
Yes! You've got 4 dice in it.
Fully unlocked symbology. Go me.
You've even got a routine check in it already. I think this is going to be Ob 2. You should be fine.
Okay.
Let me double check. Hey, I opened the book to symbology. Good stuff.
Nicely done.
Yeah, Ob 2 is...
Wait. You have to interpret what that means when you open the book. Right?
Well, no, see, I set the Ob to 0, so I pass.
No! So you're terrible at this.
This is clearly some kind of retribution from the rot.
Ooh. Okay. New plan.
Retribution?
There you go. Thank you, Michael.
Okay, so I am going to hustle my butt back inside.
Mm-hmm.
I will find the nearest mini cask.
Okay.
The thing, and I will shove the rot sample inside of it.
Okay. So just additional layers of shielding.
Yes, and then I will put it under my arm and head up the hill to the sanctuary.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna bury it in the basement until I get back to it.
Okay.
We're gonna set up. We're gonna house it properly underground.
Mm-hmm.
So the birds are killing themselves. They're doing it like into the dirt.
Sure.
And then
And like 9 poems by Edgar Allan Poe in the meantime. But go ahead.
yeah, no, this is a real bad situation I'm setting up. But we're gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna bury that underground. That's my plan. I'm gonna walk it up the hill under my arm. I'm gonna grab a shovel along the way. I'm just gonna dig a very shallow hole. I'm gonna like put the cast down in it and throw a little dirt over the top of it, just so I can come back and get it.
Yeah. Oh, and you
I
know
tend to be doing experiments and things on this,
Yeah.
but
you know exactly where it is.
I can't have a pile of dead birds right outside my door. Like that doesn't work.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it'll scare off the rich folk, if nothing else.
And it'll attract like foxes and things. Like I don't want that.
No, and then they'll like piss off your goats.
Exactly. God help the ghosts eating birds. We can't have that.
That's definitely happening when you return to your
It
like
really, it
domicile.
does. There's like 3 ghosts out there, and they've all got a bird in their mouth.
It's like just the leg. Like,
And tiny bones crunching in the large goat mouths.
well, and like their eyes are all like looking in different directions. It's like as they just like, yeah. But yeah, it's definitely like it's retribution. It's there's no deeper meaning or sign here. So you bury the cask under your sanctum. I think your house guest and book loaner is waiting for you outside, sort of leaning on her walking stick, because it's still early and she just woke up. What were you doing, child?
Oh, just taking care of some vineyard or some grapery business. It's no concern of yours, Wizened One. We must get back to work, however. We have much to do today. And I'll try to like shoulder brush past her.
Are you falsehooding, or are you just like? Are you just
Sure.
going?
I'll take falsehood. Let's shoot a falsehood. Let's do this.
It's against will. I want to say her will is like 6.
Oh, I do need those difficult checks.
Okay. How do I not have a character for the old lady of the woods? Yeah, her will is definitely at least 6. She's like 9 trillion years old.
So old.
Are you gonna throw any Artha at this, or?
I am going to try. I will. You know what? No, I'm not even gonna try.
Yeah.
Fine. We'll just roll a 4.
Cool.
Wow. It just. Okay. Try it again. Submit. Base obstacle 6. Submit. Well, probably a good thing I didn't throw any resources at that at all.
Might know what's happening.
Wait, she just like, of course, child. And I like, God, what's actually more failure here? Like clearly he would be too stupid to lie about this. So maybe he's just really bad at telling the truth.
Yeah, so is it that she just like yeah.
No, you've tweaked something. She's curious now.
Is she like walking sticks up the path where I'm coming from?
No, she's gonna follow you along, and basically wait until your back is turned, and then smoke bomb away and start figuring stuff out.
Okay. Yeah, I would get back inside and start doing research on fire and symbols of fire and the theological implications of applying said to the much more concrete than one would like concept of a deity.
Okay. I mean, what are you trying to... Like, what do you... This feels like it could be a roll pretty easily. So what do you get on success? And how are you getting there?
I think what I get on success is like an idea of how to move forward, whether it's like go obtain some artifact or just like soak the ground of the grapery with alcohol and light it on fire.
Okay.
Like,
Sure.
yeah, something along those lines is like a step that I can at least try
Okay.
to.
So
move
like
forward.
like a. And so you're getting that by reading like what people have done historically, or
Yeah, like the various either historical actions or like the theory
okay,
or
Uh,
like
pick one of those because they go in fairly different directions.
I feel like I've been operating on just sort of imitating the work of others for a while now, and it's been working out okay.
Okay.
So we're just gonna like look up what the old Crusaders would do
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah.
about a rot infested god of some sort. And
One more question about this. When you say the old Crusaders, you're not talking about the heredity of just conquerors, which is one of the adjacent kingdoms. You're talking about like the people from Yorha's time and age.
yes, we're shooting further back.
Cool.
Also bearing in mind that I don't have read skill still.
Good.
So research is challenging.
Yes.
Let's just open up all the skills. I want my sheet to look like Margaretta's.
Okay. So I mean, yeah, let's crack open reading so you can fail a test, so we can do a link test to make your research harder, or
All
whatever
right.
you're rolling in place of research.
Perception. Reading.
Reading is perception, yes. And
Well, what's going to be will, so.
reading a book is only Ob 4, so I'm sure you'll be fine.
Okay, yeah, that seems fine. Modifiers 0.
Mm-hmm.
Artha 0. Additional complications 0. Whoa.
You've
No. don't know why
actually
I did
got.
that.
You've actually okay. Wow.
What?
I was gonna say you've actually got the old lady's probably gonna be helping you. So if you want to just roll like a d6 as well.
But it'd still be three successes against 8 obs, so.
Oh yeah, no, but like maybe you get a little. So the way link tests work is failures just add to the ob, and successes give you extra dice.
Okay.
So if you can get a success on another d6, then you can only it only gets a little harder for you.
Okay. Let's do that then. Roll 1d6. So she's like looking over my shoulder and I'm super frustrated by it.
Well, and like, so here's the thing. Reading silently is +1 obs. You're like going through with a finger and sounding things out.
Okay.
And so she's like helping you. Like, this is a thing she wants desperately for you to succeed at.
Okay.
So I imagine she's like actually sitting across the room because maybe her eyes aren't so great at like the reading of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're sounding things out, she's like correcting you in places and being like, no, this is a word you know. Like, you're fluent in this language, you're just not reading the glyphs that are making it. And so she's like, no, that's Pakun. Like that. And you're like, oh, okay. So she is legitimately helping you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So there's 4 total successes.
Okay. So that's 2 against 4. So your check is going to be 2 harder.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't have research either. So would I be doing it with like sorcery?
Well, so I mean, yeah, you can come at this from a few different angles. If you want to do this from sorcery, then that's cool. Symbology is like the way this has been done in the past is sort of, it's very like the Dresden magic. You make like the effigy of a thing, you do it small, and then it like happens to the real version of it.
Okay. Okay.
So I mean, like symbology could work because it's setting up like literal symbolism here.
All right.
Alternatively, you can like crack open research or like get a test for your sorcery or whatever.
Let's throw this on sorcery.
Cool. which I didn't see in your list, but I remember you've actually tried before.
I've got two. I've already got two
Oh.
tries on Safari, actually. So.
I just don't. Oh, it's your
Whoa!
second skill.
Shit. my
Okay.
my mouse is apparently double clicking without me asking it to. So
Cool.
I apologize for that.
I didn't realize this was a tool-assisted speedrun of the Burning Wheel.
Apparently it is, right? I'm roll 20ing so hard.
So you're probably not going to succeed.
No, almost certainly not.
What becomes apparent to you fairly quickly, having like done this, is like it's hard to find a metaphor that encapsulates like the totality of a god.
Okay.
It's easy to like represent different aspects of one, but like the rot is, I mean, spreading through Pakun, and so you need to sort of represent the fractional portion of Pakun that is rot, and like that's just a thing. Like you can't. It's hard to make like an effigy of the totality of a thing a god encompasses.
Okay.
You can't just slap a mushroom in a bottle and be like, "Yeah, it's Pakun. Look."
Yeah, we're gonna soak a mushroom in alcohol,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you're saying is I need to summon a shard of Pakun
Right.
and then
that's
burn that to death.
That's the answer you're getting. Is like it's not a sorcery thing; it's a summoning thing.
Oh, good. I needed more skills I'm shitty at. Let's do this.
Well, and like, here's the thing with summoning. Like, I think your friend, the Mountain Witch, like, you're just like, no, this won't work. Like, I can't make. And she's just like, no, stop going down this path. This is a terrible, bad, dumb idea. Stop. We are not summoning that. Just do not. This is no. Bad.
So we're putting a pin in that then. And we'll come back to it.
Right, but like
And I literally, I start to tear the page out of the book.
yeah,
Right? It's like, thunk, up on the wall.
yeah.
We'll keep this around. We'll call this Plan C.
The C is for Pakun. You're still very bad at reading.
Why are you so afraid, Aged One? I've burnt many a thing in the past. This cannot be so different.
And just like, I think she just gets up in a huff and leaves. Like, just
Okay.
like, if you are this unwilling to listen to reason and experience, and just, I think, leaves that clause hanging.
I will contemplate for a moment whether her aid is that valuable to me. And then I will go back to studying how to summon a shard of Pakun to flint on fire.
Cool.
I will probably also begin setting about building the best place I can to burn a shard of Pakun, because I imagine it's not going to be easy. So, probably something that involves flamethrowers. We'll come back to that.
We come back and you just built an Orcs Must Die level.
Exactly. Yes.
Cool. I want to see if I can find this skill again, because as you're leafing through this book, skills just jump out at you. I'm sure you've noticed.
Uh-huh.
And the one I saw today, yeah, there we go, is ridiculous request wise. Which I feel like is
Good.
useful for like every project manager and also producer ever, for diametrically opposed reasons.
That is pretty good. That is pretty good. Ridiculous requests. Like it's the skill you roll to recognize a ridiculous request.
And
But you
also,
can yeah. You can fork it into all sorts of things around.
yep. Cool. Did you mark your routine symbology or your challenging falsehood?
I did not mark symbology. And I did not mark falsehood either.
Cool. But you
And
got
I actually had to
those.
lie. I need 4 routine lies.
There you go.
Send me the goats.
Or I mean,
We'll play fetch.
moose.
Like if I do the tennis ball thing with a goat.
I don't. I think that's
Is
like.
that a routine falsehood test?
I think that's sleight of hand. So if you want to practice sleight of hand, here's the other thing: is it's practice. It's not.
True.
Because there are enough stakes to make it a test. Goat steaks.
Goat steak.
They're not bad. Magnus or Margareta? Do you have a thing that you have an idea for? Margareta, do you have your... Like, I don't know that you have your pendant fully online yet, do you? Or you just have, like, the chunk of the rot in suspension around your neck? I don't recall where that ended off.
I don't either. That's my recollection, was that she thought she was done. She got a piece of rot.
Okay.
That doesn't actually mean that it was done, right?
I mean, I'm willing to call it done because it solved the immediate problem of this wizard can find me just by like scrying.
Right.
And so now he's gonna get like
He'll have to ask someone nicely.
well, yeah, like that's the like he knows roughly what city or like county or whatever you're in, but doesn't know, doesn't get GPS down to the like 90 centimeters.
Can't
accuracy.
just select the quest and head towards that way.
Yeah. It's actually you're playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It's very much like if you don't have the detailed navigation on, and it's like, yeah, she's somewhere northeast of here. Figure it the fuck out. Which I actually really appreciate that about the game, where it's just like, yeah, here's a landmark. They're northeast of it. Go.
Yeah, I rented Odyssey like 2 days ago. That's super cool. Actually, I really love that. They're like, yeah, they're somewhere on the south of the island.
Well, and you can you go talk to someone. They're like, oh yeah, I remember this, and like they'll give you instructions the way a human would give you instructions. Like, yeah, I went around the tree, and then I followed the river, and then I turned left when like something happened. And you're like, oh, okay, I can do those things.
Yeah, I'm not sure what triggers it, but there's almost like the old quest book things where you could get the marker and highlight things for hints and stuff in these the old Sierra games. But like the first one's like they're on the south part of the island. Second one is it's west of this landmark. And the third one is she's in city this
in
area.
Mine. Yeah.
Right. And that's super fascinating. And I'm thoroughly enjoying the game, so it's neat.
I'm liking it a bunch. It has a few things where I'm just like, anyways, that's a digression.
It's entirely possible that this turns into Luke Cage season 2. Iron Fish season 1? Iron Fish.
Iron Fish, yeah.
Iron Fish.
I want to watch an episode of Iron Fish. Yeah, so I'm not sure.
Okay. I mean, we can get a scene of like
sorry.
Of like one of your mercenaries downstairs talking to like the wizard Broadcloak if you'd like.
Isn't that the wizard that I'm trying to like avoid?
Yep.
I mean, I think that ends with Margareta trying to shoot him, and I don't think that ends well for her.
Right. So I mean, or maybe he's down the street and knocking on doors.
Yeah. Or like, let's say we know he's coming to town, right?
You do.
Because then I'll go buy a bunch of it. Because this scene should be we get a bunch of explosives. And then the next scene should be he's knocking on doors. And the third scene should be Margareta accidentally kills a city block. I mean, it's on purpose.
You just talked the city block into setting itself on fire rapidly. And
Everybody knew that city block was depressive to start with. It's just
Jesus.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
We've got the yell for this.
Beer loves me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's really tasty, actually.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
I would be.
Your jealousy is deserved.
That's right. It's wonderful. You should consider that.
It's very lovely and also 9%. Yeah.
Zach, I'm coming for the beard, by the way. We'll see if I can get it longer than yours.
Zach is just
It's
gone.
the beard zone.
Zach is counting undergrowth for His Own 1,000 Eyes right now.
Exactly. Is what I would guess.
Called it. That's a Magic the Gathering reference for those of you who are nerds along a different axis. Anyways,
Not ironfish.
Or goldfish. We see, like... Mike, do you know who Teferi is? From Magic
across to lake.
God damn it. Do a quick Google image search of Teferi, because that's my mental image of Broadcloak, basically.
I don't know how to spell Teferi.
Teferi.
Furious Drake.
Oh, this guy looks awesome.
Yeah, that's
pretty cool.
He's my mental image of Broadcloak right now. Just that's the first thing that came to
But
brain.
this looks like a good guy. I don't want to hurt this person.
Right. And he's a person you're like vaguely familiar with as well, right? Like you would have grown up, like you're the darling of the court where he is the wizard. Maybe I'll just tell you, like, one of his traits is duty bound. That's like a thing that Margareta has figured out. You're a spy. You're good at sussing out people. So he's been ordered to, like, remove your true name. And I imagine if you shot him in the back of the skull, the first thought you would have is, couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
Right. I don't particularly want to.
Mm-hmm.
Let me paste that over here too so we can see it, 'cause this is an awesome picture. Okay, well, I guess I got to rethink this blow up the city block thing. But I'll start with getting the gunpowder.
Okay. Oh, that is a very good picture of him.
Yeah. There's a lot of detail in that I really enjoy, like the tattered edges of the cloak.
Well, and the staff either being at, like, actual polar north or he's warping space, like, way the shit behind him. Cool. So, you're acquiring gun... So I imagine, like, you've seen him, like, canvassing probably a few blocks away from you, but, like, still distressingly close.
Right. And this is to be perfectly honest, like, that's a panic action, right? So what do? I don't know, let's set the house to blow up.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's an idea that I would have.
It's not worth any money anymore. Fuck it.
Right.
Cool.
Maybe I can collect some insurance money for out of that.
You just need to talk to some lawyers that you threatened. Cool. So your immediate reaction is, I need to acquire gunpowder.
Yeah, explosives, because I think the gunpowder is the only thing that we explosives.
Mm-hmm.
Sufficient enough to maybe blow up the wizard, but definitely blow up the area around the wizard.
Okay.
I don't know who I circle up for that.
I mean, you've lived in Blast-Heath for a while. It's not a secret that there's like a saltpeter gunpowder operation fairly close to town. I'm guessing you will at least be passingly familiar with the Fusilares, the family that refines and sells gunpowder.
Yeah. But like, I can't purchase it.
Probably not.
Right. So I mean, I'm not making money.
Mm-hmm.
So the problem with like going to the Fusilier and being like, hey, when's your next shipment of gunpowder coming through? Because it's obviously them going to try to steal it.
This is why you pose as a buyer, Mike. Come on.
Yeah.
You put those
everybody
spy
else have no
skills to
money.
use and you pretend to be somebody you're not.
Oh, holy shit! I'm a spy.
You are. Good
As I
job.
recall, yes. You might actually use a skill that's on your sheet this time.
No, I'm going to open up 2 more skills. So wait, I mean, dressing differently to be someone else, is that?
Disguise.
Yeah, that's new.
Yep.
Yeah.
You own Finery though, don't you?
I mean, perhaps.
Let me check your belongings.
It's very confusing to me that when
You
you
own
change my character
Finery.
sheet,
Sorry.
I watch you change my character sheet. It's fascinating.
Yeah, you own Finery, clothes, and shoes.
Oh,
So you-
yeah.
So you can just dress like a rich human.
Okay. I'm gonna roll falsehood to dress like a rich human.
You can just put on the clothes.
Yeah, I thought it was a funny joke.
That's fair.
All right, so yeah, I'll go search stuff at the Fusilier. I'll pretend to be a buyer, and then I'll just like, if that doesn't work, I'll follow them
Okay.
because I can follow people.
Who are you trying to like? Are you just trying to like find any Fusilier, whomever is convenient, or?
I mean, I'd probably be able to find the one that was hanging out with Intiso
Yeah, I'm
Minus.
I'm imagining Bella is probably like wandering home hungover one morning, and like that's where you're going to bump into her, depending on how you circles her, and she's either going to be just like not having a very good morning, and your voice is just like that wrong frequency if you don't
Right.
do well, or she like you've got a canteen of water and it's exactly what she needs if you do well.
Bloody Mary, of course.
There-
But yeah.
Caesar.
Mm.
If you're
Caesar.
hungover, get a Caesar. Top tips from a Canadian. Caesar's like a Bloody Mary, except you use clam juice. Because Canadians drink clam juice.
Fascinating.
You ever juice a clam, Michael?
I didn't know that was this kind of
You
podcast.
put your lips together and blow, Mike.
That's right. Yeah.
Wow.
It's a shucking good time.
All
All right. So, what do I roll for circles for this person?
That's a great question. Circles difficulties are later. I don't expect it's especially difficult because you have a life path in common. So she is the same station rank or social class as you. You are looking for a fairly specific person. You don't especially care about her disposition, and you don't especially care about the time. Actually, how much do you care about the time? Because you said this was panicked earlier.
Yeah,
Excuse
it's
me.
kind of urgent.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know that adds to the ob. Let's say ob 3, which is more than you have. Cool, you'll learn about circles.
I'm already learning about circles.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the button for circling?
It's just below faith. On stats and skills. Also, hello, Jason.
Aha, circles. Click. My modifier is 0 because I can't spend stuff on that.
You can. If you want to spend Persona on it, you can get up to 3 dice. You can spend up to 3 Persona on it if you want up to 5 dice. And that keeps the test as difficult as it looks.
So what like right now, if I spend a 3 on that, how's that work out?
So you spend 3 Persona on it, you get 3 extra dice, and it's still...
Isn't Persona the thing that keeps me from dying?
You only need 1 not to die per time you would die.
And Fate allows me to reroll not 6s.
Fate allows you to reroll 6s
Okay.
if the test isn't open-ended, or reroll a failed die if the test is open-ended.
Okay, I'm going to hoard Persona instead of spending it, so I'm going to spend 0.
Okay.
My op
Definitely
is
hoarded. Hoarding is a good idea. Yeah.
2 successes, and one of them's a 6. I'm going to spend a Fate point to reroll that 6.
Nice.
And I got a 3, which
Rip.
is not so great.
Nope.
But I got close.
You got down to 11 Fate. Yeah, she's... she's definitely wandering home from what seems like a decent night on the town. And
jump stab her from the bushes. Man.
That's exactly how it's going to work. I jump out of the bushes to say hi, but it's like that episode of Bart with the chainsaw.
oh, hey Bart, have you seen my new hockey mask and chainsaw?
Yeah, exactly.
Good.
It's like, Bella, have you seen my new, I don't know, loud screeching bird that I cut?
Yeah, and she I think jumps backwards, stumbles a little bit, catches herself, and just says, "Who the fuck are you, and why are you following me?"
Oh, I'm not following you. I am surprising you with an amazing offer for some of your valuable goods and services.
Can this wait at all?
I mean, I've been told that your goods and services, while not prone to running out, are valued highly amongst all the peerage, and that I should strike while the iron's hot.
And takes a deep breath, repeats it with another, and it's just like, there are better ways of doing this. What do you need?
Neo guns, lots of guns. I'm looking for several barrels of your most explosive gunpowder.
Well, you've come to the right hungover lady.
Wonderful. I'm looking forward to the business.
Great. Could you just come by, the office and not talk to me? Especially
Well, I
now.
thought-
And she's, looking for a way to get around you at this point.
All right. I mean, I in my vast dealings with peoples of importance that matter with pedigree, I've found that it's important to establish a good early first impression and to catch them before they're ready in order to, get those real basement prices.
It feels like you're trying to, roll something here, and I don't know what you get on a
I'm
success.
just leaning into the super roll up for the circle. But, I tell you what, maybe we got started off on the wrong foot. I don't have soothing platitudes. Oh yeah, I do. So I'm going to
You're learning it.
Right. I'll go ahead and, for somebody who spent a night on the town, you're looking perky and bright-eyed. No, that's not soothing platitudes. That's lovely falsehood. What's that called?
That's just lying.
Yeah,
Right.
Just lying through your teeth, Mike.
I don't actually have lying open yet, do I?
You falsehood.
Yeah,
You
well,
have-
that's what that is.
You have a lot of falsehood.
Wow.
Soothing
Yeah.
platitudes is the don't worry, everything
Right,
is
you're dying,
everything
but it's
is
gonna be fine.
fine. Yeah.
Right.
Actually, it's looking good today, sire, is a soothing platitude.
Well, there you go. And aren't you looking fabulous in your today's vomit-colored smock?
I haven't vomited on this smock in 2 weeks. I'll have you know.
That's looking quite nicely for having not been washed.
This will only make your life worse if you roll it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to come with this. I can just follow you there now.
I won't be going into work today. That's why I had the late night previously. And, like, I think she trails off and is just, like, fakes one way and tries to go the other.
That's perfectly reasonable. Thank you for your time. Have a nice day.
Right. Don't fucking follow me, I swear.
Oh, I totally won't use my grotesque amount of stealthy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, with the only skills I actually have.
Right, I'm not sure that it helps me to follow her, know where she lives, but I certainly could, and we could have a discussion about gunpowder and plots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With a sprinkling of treason. A soupçon.
But she probably like has like keys and stuff to get into their like things, right?
Probably.
Yeah, I'm totally gonna follow her.
Okay. She does not have an observation worth rolling at this point.
Okay.
Actually, let's
behind her.
let's get you a stealthy test, anyways. Her perception
I can use routine.
Yeah, her perception is 66 greater than 4.
Oh, my book is in storage.
So you're rolling stealthy. Your obstacle is going to be half of however many successes she rolls. Your obstacle is 1 success.
And can I fork in
Yes.
one of those things?
You can fork in inconspicuous to stealthy.
Yeah.
And then anything else you want to make like an argument for.
And then I got a bunch of those traits.
Your traits probably won't
Nope.
help you here.
Nope. No, it's not those traits. I have different traits. Okay. Yeah, I'll fork in inconspicuous.
How she's not trained in not getting stabbed in the dark.
My ob is 1.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
She's hungover as crap. I probably should have applied that as a penalty.
Right.
Yeah. She has no idea you're following her. She
Perfect.
looks behind her a couple times and just does not see you straight up. You follow her to her house. She might forget to lock the door.
Right. Well,
Or do you just like get your foot in the door as she like goes to shut it?
yeah, I do a light, heavy on the E, light on the B and E.
Mm-hmm.
And then like wait until this is the creepiest, not the creepiest thing I've done, but this is her like role-playing creepiness. I wait till they're asleep and then I go sack her house looking for keys.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna like interrogate her.
No,
Okay.
that's creepier than I can handle today.
That's fair. God.
She's upstairs, I think.
You probably just find keys, yeah. I can't imagine an ob here that, like, other than, like, getting you to be stealthy to, like, but she's sleeping it off. It's a big house. There's probably staff around, but again, like...
Well, I mean, like, if I do poorly, it takes me more time, maybe? I don't know.
You're... That could be... Okay, I think what this is inconspicuous. And it's how much, like, evidence you leave behind.
Ooh, good one. I like it.
And so it's basically, like, some quantity of failure here is basically just, like, Broadcloak can just find you. Like, it knows you have done this thing.
Yikes. Okay.
Wonder what his
Losing my
observation.
oob.
That's a good question. It's probably against his observation. And he is a court wizard. Yeah. One success.
Oh. Well, I'm not going to go get the giant book of things then.
Okay.
I'm not going to fork anything in because I already have a 5, and it's always going to be... Wow, I guess I should have thought about it.
Did you get a 6? You did. Do you want to re-roll that 6?
Don't I beat him already?
Right now you're tying, so I don't know that he's going to get like a huge amount of extra info about you, but he's also not going to get like not much.
I rolled, but I got a 4.
Yep, that's a success.
10 fates.
Mm-hmm. And you put one
Okay.
fate into inconspicuous and one into circles earlier. Cool.
So I find the key, and I don't give Martin Broadcloak more information about my
Movements and plans.
me's. Right. I don't. My digital signature, my magical signature, metaphysical signature doesn't get stronger.
Basically.
And then I'm off to steal some gunpowder. If we would like to switch to Magnus for a moment.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know what Magnus is doing right now. I think he's got to be doing something desperate.
I mean, I had someone offer you...
Yeah, the kidnapping plot.
Yeah.
The kidnap facilitating.
I mean, you would take a fairly active role in it, to some extent.
Yeah. I would just get her to a location and then...
Yes. Yes, you just grab someone and extract them to a different location. So you're just facilitating a kidnapping by
Right.
forcibly moving someone somewhere they don't want to be necessarily.
Extra legal, non-consensual person transfer.
It's definitely legally distinct from kidnapping. It sounds like you're coming through a different microphone, Adam. Ooh.
The technical gremlins continue. Oh, Zach. Okay. Zach, do you have goats that are eating birds?
I mean, do I still have goats that are eating birds?
They've probably finished chewing by now.
Sure. I mean, I'm doing research, so, or digging back up the symbiote and putting it back. Okay. Can I just talk about this for a second, right?
Sure.
I am currently playing Magic because I was like trying to keep my brain working while all this is going on.
Sure.
I have killed
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3 crackling drakes with
Okay.
bug whiskers
Mm-hmm.
and a Niv Mizzet with a Vivian Reed. There are currently 2 crackling drake and 2 Enigma drakes on the field.
Nice. That might be enough. That might be enough flying Izzet stuff.
I don't know what's going on. Even how did he find all these?
Zach, I just have one more question for you.
What?
Is it mono flyers?
If
Magic jokes. Okay.
I am now killing a 6th flyer of his.
Cool. Oop. Hello, Discord.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I think
the technical criminals are spreading.
I-
You're paused for me. What is happening even?
Okay, I think we're back. Mike, does this just help Discord sort its shit out?
Well, so I have blinds behind me, and so this is particularly fun for artifacting.
Fair.
Yeah, so I just wanted to see how trippy I can make that.
Okay. No, that's a very fair thing to do.
Yeah.
Fucking Enigma Drakes. Okay. You have my full attention now because I got Bane fired for 2 for the win. I was about to kill him. So,
Womp womp.
womp womp. Yes, so yeah, I am obviously finding. So I figure I can use this is me and Indiso using our combined knowledge of summoning,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
I'm gonna use the rot
Sure.
and like a chunk of like bloody soil or something aligned with Pacoon here, right? And we're going to summon the shard of Pacoon that has the rod in it, and then we're going to light that on fire.
Cool. Did you run this plan past anyone, friend or staff?
I feel like I would probably be bringing Moose in at this point and letting him know what's going on. And seeing if he has misgivings. Which I would probably just like bull rush anyway, but like here, Moose, here's the plan, right? Pacoon, your god, is like
how read in on the rot is Moose? Or like the fact that like Pacoon has like the touch of rot what is spreading.
I think some.
Okay.
I don't know.
He's been in the room a few times, like might not be
Yeah.
fully up to speed, but
Yeah, like he knows that I am concerned about the integrity of Pacoon vis-a-vis the rot. And so yeah, I will approach him with like the page of the book and like some other page I've torn out that's like specifically about how rot and fire things happen.
Mhm.
Like, Moose, we must talk immediately. The Pacoon himself is in danger.
sure. Yeah, he probably like when you're like, we need to summon your god so I can burn him. Like that is probably going to take some salesmanship.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm good at that. I will
Yes.
sell him on this.
Right.
I mean, when I say I'm good at that, I'm okay at that.
Okay.
Yeah, no. So I will give him the hard sell.
Mhm.
Like, and I actually believe this. Like,
What's-
as a character.
What are you saying?
So the god Pacoon has blessed me with dreams that have shown me that he is taken by the rot, and we must stop it before it spreads and further erodes his power and his purity as a being.
And like he's nodding along, like yes, this all yes, 100%.
So what we have to do is we have to work old magics, not like wave the paper,
Mhm.
to summon the shard of Pacoon that contains the rot, and then we must burn it out of him. And I will just keep. I'm going to keep going. Like so,
Yep.
I'm going to have it a room and the very high proof alcohol. We're going to dump it on him into the circle, and then we're going to light it all on fire and probably run because it seems like a bad situation. So, are you in?
When he's like, if you run, how will we know the job is done?
I figure Pacoon talks to me in dreams anyway. He'll just tell me one way or the other.
And if the
This is
rod,
kind of a big deal.
and if the rod escapes,
We'll cross that bridge when it comes to it.
when it comes to us in the night, yeah.
Yes, we are stalked by a being that is half god, half rod.
Well, and like, yeah.
Through the doors.
It's gonna like fully Freddy Krueger you, like follow you out of your dreams. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean this feels like some kind of role
All right.
to get his buy-in. Yeah.
Persuade him, perhaps.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So let's start with persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think haggling's gonna work.
Are you offering him a raise?
Can I fork in symbology? And
Sure,
be
you've
like,
got the prop, the paper.
all right. So we're gonna fork that. I think that might be all I have. What is my ob here, Coach?
It's gonna be his will, because that's persuasion. He's not the most willful lad in the universe. Just want to double check that you're okay with the one fork. Or were you... Sorry, what are you forking again?
Symbology is what I'm thinking, because I don't think
Okay.
I have anything else that does this.
You might want to check persuasion there.
Can I always fork in falsehood?
Yeah. Turns out lying to people can be fairly convincing.
All right. Well, what's my ob?
It's going to be his will, and I think his will is 4.
All right. Well, I'm rolling 5 out. I might as well roll 6 out anyway. I'm not going to get anything out of this.
You'd be rolling 7.
Oh, you're right.
With
I'm
2
fine with
forks.
that.
Okay. Any persona? You have 7 personae?
Yeah, we're holding on to those. I have a feeling I'm going to be fighting. Look, I'm about to try to set a god on fire. Odds of me almost dying repeatedly are very high. So we're going to hold on to that, I think.
So you don't want help setting a god on fire. Cool. I like that actually gave you pause.
We're gonna roll 7.
Okay. 7 on 4. Those are pretty
7
good
on 4.
odds.
It's not bad. Okay. There we go.
Yeah, he hesitates. I think like maybe we get the mental image of like him being like, this sounds really like, I like my god a lot. Like he's a priest of Pakun.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, a lot of that is like metaphysical and summoning even a chunk of a god. Like there are so many ways that goes wrong.
Yes, but there are so many things that go wrong if we don't do this. Hi, tiny angry person.
Hello, tiny angry human.
We must do this, and I brought you in because you might know how or have a better idea how.
Well, and like he thinks back to you and him rolling around in some mud together, and he's just like, any other person, I would tell them to get bent. I would tell them to pound mud, to pound goat milky mud.
How are we doing down there, by the way? Okay, good. It's all good.
Is that hungry or cold?
It's not cold. It's definitely not cold. That child is not allowed to be cold. It's definitely not cold. I think it's hungry. I think it might also be moving when he's trying to be asleep. This is the time of night when he gets very angry, however. So,
Yeah,
hold on.
I just recognized Fussy Baby.
Yep.
Fussy Baby sense.
So funny story. It's very interesting that you can recognize Fussy Baby now, because until like last night, he was making the noises from the raptors make in Jurassic Park. That was his like cry noise.
Like
So
reptilian
you get
chirps?
upset and be like,
Oh my god.
it's like this. You are the coolest baby. Wow. Also, that's terrifying to be like broken out of a sleep from. So, yes.
Good.
Yeah. Anyway, back to burning a god. We were just there.
Yeah, we were just there. We actually, yeah. Yeah, he remembers the two of you rolling around in goat milky mud and is just like, all right, like, I'm in. You've got me convinced.
Excellent. Good to have you on board.
Everything sucks, and this is the least suck that, like, yeah.
So do you think we could do it at the other vineyard? Because that vineyard's already kind of screwed. It already sort of burnt down, that vineyard.
Yeah. He's going to roll symbology.
Awesome. Can I help him?
Yes.
All right. I will do so.
Symbology is based in will?
Perception.
Good. He's better at that.
I think. Yes, perception.
5d6 greater than 4. And then you're helping?
Yep.
Cool. Let's find out what symbology obs are quickly.
Let's look this up. Give me a minute.
And I mean, the success answer is yes, and the fail answer is no.
Yes, that's what I figured. That's what I figured. Oh.
What's up?
My book fell over to the S's, but I'm still like 4 pages short of symbology because there's a billion skills in this game.
Unknown religious symbols, I think.
Oh god, that's a 7.
Yeah.
That's a lot. There's a lot of thing. I mean, if that's what it is, that's what it is. Like,
this might be obscure. I'm gonna say yes, it's obscure. So it's 4.
So there's actually something writing on this roll as opposed to the other way.
Well, there's something appropriate, yeah. Unfortunately. Yeah, he looks at you and you see him doing like, I mean, if we do this there, this is his line. There isn't enough connection to Pakun at the third tusk. At the third tusk is only rot.
Okay.
And we don't need rot, we need Pakun's rot.
Well then, do you have any thoughts about where we should do it here?
He looks at you and he's like, promise you won't get angry.
That's what I thought. I make no promises. I'll pour myself a drink.
Yeah. Well, and he like, I think he's gonna try to just like grab the glass from you. Like, if you put up like more than the token amount of resistance, he'll stop. But like, he's just like, I need to like, gah.
Yeah, no, I'm not one to like hoard alcohol, so
right.
That's fine.
I mean, you have built a sanctum to the faith of Pakun.
Okay.
It is at a nexus of ley lines. And we have put a lot of time and effort into it. Where else could it be?
Okay.
What are you going to use as the focus anyways? He's talking about the shard of rot you have.
Yes. Well, I have a shard of rot that is taken from the 2 tusk vineyards, or third tusk.
Yeah.
That has been attracting attention on its own. So, I believe we should be able to leverage that into contact with the specific rot using. I'll just wave the papers and trail off.
Yeah. We're going to skate straight by that because I appreciate that you didn't get angry at me about burning down your very lovely sanctum. And like it like notices you see it and he's like, think how much stronger it will be if it's consecrated with the ashes of a God.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Pakun's gonna owe us for this one. And I'll like slap him on the back and grab the bottle back and
Yeah.
throw back the whole leg here.
Yeah. And he's just like, I mean, let's get to work. How many goat's fat candles do you have?
It's a good question. If we need more, we have goats. And I imagine there's like a goat chewing a bird in the background.
Yeah.
It's like, "Rrr?"
Just out of shot. Just out of focus, rather. Yeah.
Mhm.
Good.
No, I mean let's get to this. We're gonna like
Okay.
the whole idea is we're going to do this thing, and then we're gonna like douse the whole area in flammable liquid, and we're gonna get the hell out. And we're gonna light it. That's the plan.
Well, so you head up the hill to your sanctum. There's a hole in the floor?
God damn it, old lady! Swear to. Fine. Fine. Okay. Alright. Moose. I leave the preparations to you.
I think next to the hole in the floor is just like your empty vial. And then just like just like a brief trail of ash.
Damn it. Okay, we need a plan D. Moose,
I imagine she's waiting for you inside. Like just behind the door, so you storm in, you see the whole like what she has done, and then go through like your range of reactions. What were you thinking? What are you planning? And where did I go so wrong to find a student that thought this was a wise course of action?
well, you'll remember I failed the first time, so...
And
Listen.
like that like actually like gets her to stop, I think.
It's a very simple plan, or was, until someone destroyed my conduit to the beyond. Thank you.
And saved us all a world of pain and suffering.
A
When it-
world that is coming should this not happen, old woman.
And you haven't accelerated its end. You're welcome.
Well, we will simply have to acquire more of the substance, then. Come, Moose. I think I know where some might be found.
Uh-huh.
And I'll turn, and I'll walk away.
Okay.
Back up the stairs.
You hear her like start to say something, but like it quickly turns to curses as she's like as your back turns.
Mm-hmm. And she can either catch us, or she can be here when we try again. But she's clearly not going to help, so...
I think she probably does sputter and stop, and probably like rushes to catch up and be like, "We like." Her goal is to get you onto a different path.
Okay.
She's very much like Team Sorcery. Like you make the small change to make the big change. But
there's no small change, is the problem.
right.
We're talking a scale wherein the small version is what I was trying to do. So, I don't believe this. I do not think that this. We are doing the least possible to correct the issue, old teacher. So,
She pauses. I think actually like stops. She says, "If you and I can speak alone, then."
I'll turn to Moose.
Yeah, Chief?
We will need at least half a dozen strapping workers, an equal number of casks of the highest proof distill we have managed yet, and I want them stationed on the corners of the sanctuary when I get back.
I sure thing, Chief. Whatever you need. And
Thank you.
runs off. And he's like, I didn't point this out earlier, but he's still like wearing his very nice clothes and yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we are now alone. And I'll sort of like eye a goat. But yes, we're alone.
Yeah. And you have another means to the divine.
It has been a long day.
It's not.
Please state plainly.
It's not savory, and then cocks her head to the direction Moose's footprints lead.
Ah. You think we
I don't think we
to
could.
use-
I think it's one of the few avenues we have left.
We should perhaps have a talk about the ethics of destroying a thing versus destroying a person at some point. You terrible old coot. But
There's a reason she lives alone.
because she keeps sacrificing roommates for rent. What?
She thinks she solved the trolley problem.
by excising literally everyone else in the world. I do not think I can part with him. He's a good boy. We can't do that.
Very well.
There's another way, and I will finish it that way. Thank you.
I feel like that might be a belief you just said. There's another way, and by God, I will make it. By Pakun.
By Pakun,
It
I
will
will
be
not
done.
sacrifice Moose.
Yeah. Just
What about Squirrel?
They don't even establish Squirrel yet.
no, just quail and moose.
Quail and Moose. I hear the original child,
Okay.
like 1.0 child behind me get excited, so I should go check on that.
We're also
We're
at
gonna-
93 minutes, so we can cut to commercial break.
Cool.
So we're gonna cut to commercial break, by which I mean we're just gonna show a waiting screen for a few minutes while people do stuff. So we'll be back in a few minutes. Stick around. We'll see you shortly. And we're back with more of that D&D podcast presents The Burning Wheel, also known as Burning the Kingdom of Ash, or Blast-Heath Burns, depending on which of the three places that I decided to name differently you check. Welcome back. Hope you had a good brief break. And we just wrapped up a scene with Indiso, so Magnus... what's new and exciting?
So, I think what I have for Magnus is that I think it's too much of an ask for Magnus to sell someone into slavery.
Okay.
But
We found
this
the
information,
limit. We found the line.
We found the line, yeah.
yeah, I think it could be because of her lineage. I'm not sure.
This far, and only maybe further.
Yeah. But anyways, I think what Magnus is thinking is that he has information that might be worth something to her father.
Okay. Sure.
So I think Magnus will set up a
meeting?
A meeting. Yeah.
So this is a person you failed the circles previously.
Didn't I? I thought I succeeded with her father.
That's why you got her. I want to say. Maybe you
But
got him.
I also had the business deal with him for the gunpowder.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, he's on my relationships.
Okay.
Thing.
Okay, so he's a relationship aptitude, so he's easier for you two circles.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. Mariano Fusilare. I don't think he was especially difficult to find. So you get +1 die, and I think he was like a 3 or a 4. So let's say 3 because I don't remember. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you going to spend any Artha on this?
No.
Okay.
You said 3?
Yes. There you go.
That's enough.
Oh my god, you rolled 8 dice.
Yes.
No. Oh, everyone's rolling poorly today. Yeah.
I had 3 6s, so I could have.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you could have rocked this roll. So he welcomes you in, and I think one of the first things he does, he finds the tactful way to mention, like calls you Maestro, which is your title from the Merchants Guild, which might not technically apply anymore, but like I think it's nice for you to hear it.
Right. Still being acknowledged in a way.
Yeah. And Maestro, I must tell you, your festival on Arquebus Day, I thought was simply majestic. Unfortunately, I couldn't stick around for the full hunt, but you did outstanding work, and I'm glad that House Fusilari could stand with you in such an honor, with such a tradition, right? Like such a storied tradition.
Lord Fusilari, you're too kind. It would not have been Archivist Day without the, what did we say? Incense?
It was like, yeah, incense and gunpowder. So when you shot the guns, they smelled pretty.
Yeah. Without the gunpowder we provided. And it is precisely this exchange.
Yeah, like
precisely
a
why,
relationship or something,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, I don't know what to call it. Yeah. This is precisely why I'm here. with such ill tidings. Recently, I was approached. I don't have the faction list on the screen.
Well, so I don't like. One of the things we said is you don't necessarily know that he's from there, but the man's name is Trattore.
I thought they mentioned who they were?
No.
No.
Okay. I mentioned it to Adam, so that you knew it was a bad idea.
Yeah. I was recently approached by a gentleman that I had not seen before. Goes by the name. Do you get his full name?
He's like whatever the merchant honorific is, Trattore.
Yeah.
And you might he's the sort of person who you probably can't pick out of a lineup of one, but looks fairly familiar. He's a professional spy, so he's good at seeming like he belongs places. No shade intended at Margareta.
And I was recently approached by this gentleman, called himself Merchant Trattore, and he attempted to prey upon my recent misfortunes. He asked only that I deliver your daughter to him.
And your recent misfortunes thing, and Fusillary does some gesture of just condolences sort of thing, right? Mm-hmm. And then you say, and only wanted your daughter, and he just drops the glass. Actual shock. He's been playing a role up until this part, and you just yanked a rug out from under him. This might be the first time you've seen him angry. And pushes his chair back from his desk a little bit, grabs, rolls open the top drawer, grabs a knife and a pistol out of it, and is probably going to go try to do something stupid.
Lord Fiescielli, I must insist that you wait. I don't think this is the wisest course of action.
Balderdash, child. This man means to threaten mine and my house and my kin, and I will have blood as remuneration.
Certainly blood is deserved, but do you even know who this man is or who backs him?
I will find them, and they will share the same fate. Him and any who know of his dealings.
Certainly there's ways of getting this information that would be...
And you can see just stalling him a few seconds is enough for brain cells to kick in.
Yeah. Yeah, certainly there's ways we can get this gentleman in a more compromising position that would be more advantageous to one such as yourself.
And he stops and that might be the persuade roll, actually.
Okay.
You'll definitely get some helping dice because he's realized going off half-cocked is dumb. What do you get on a success? What are you looking for out of either this roll or this scene?
I think that the main, obviously Magnus's main goal is to turn this into a financial benefit. Mm-hmm. He's looking for someone who of wealth that will back or will help restore his wealth or get him out from underneath the thumb of the elf.
Yep. Okay. So you can be hey, I can entrap him. Might be where this is going.
Right.
Okay.
I can deliver him to you, or pretty much, yeah.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, I think that's persuasion. I don't know how willful he is. I don't know he's super willful. I really like the idea of double Agent Magnus. Yeah. Yeah. He's going to like, okay, you have my attention. What is your plan?
Did we establish how I was supposed to contact this guy again?
You show up with the daughter at like an inn, essentially, like a tavern around town or something.
Oh, it's a specific tavern, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And just there's going to be a driver waiting there.
Yeah, I guess I can outline a plan basically that his daughter and I, or a reasonable facsimile of his daughter if there's a body double. You'd think nobles might have body doubles, right?
I mean, if you're noble-wise, you could just be like, poof, it's true. At the same time, like, it's the sort of thing you can, like, hire.
Suggest, anyways, yeah.
Yeah.
All we have to do is, just show up at the inn with someone who looks like your daughter. You have,
yeah.
And have your men in place to apprehend the cart that they're trying to escape on from with.
And then we riddle them with bullets, yes.
Or find out who's behind all this. Then you may dispose of them as you see fit, sir.
Well, yes, you make an example. You ask the prisoner a question, and then when they fail to answer, you shoot them, and then so on and so forth down the line till you get your answer. These are prideful, violent traditionalists.
Yes. I mean, if a noble wants to shoot people in the middle of the street, that's his business.
Mm-hmm.
It was good enough for my grandpa to murder. It's good enough for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Their last name is Rifle. Okay. I think his will is 4.
Shit, this is gonna be hard then.
Mm-hmm. You already have 5 dice.
Yes.
You get 1 because he's on board with the plan to some extent already.
Okay.
Like for essentially like the situation. He's angry, wants to shoot people, and you came to him with this information, and so like that's all sort of working in your favor.
Yeah.
Do you?
I see. You say I can always fork in merchant wise when I'm talking to merchants.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I know I swear I ask this every single time this comes up, but observation does that?
It's like spotting. It's spotting stuff that people don't necessarily want you to see. I don't know that it helps you here.
Okay.
You might be able to use it as like a linked test, but that basically means you roll it against some difficulty, and then if it fails, it makes your life worse. Any other forks?
No, I don't think I have anything else that really works for me.
Okay. I don't know if I'm too generous with them, but the way my brain works, like you were outlining a plan with multiple people working in concert to do a thing. So I'm seeing administration and thinking like, yeah, maybe.
Okay.
But I don't want to play your character for you as well.
No, Magnus needs this, so he'll take the option here. Yeah, there's no commodities or accounting. Not really haggling.
Not really
necessarily. No.
That comes after when you're just like, cool. So my fee is
So by the way,
right.
Okay.
So yeah,
we'll go with the +3.
Ob 4. Are you spending any Artha?
I only have 1 persona, so sure, why not?
Cool.
Magnus needs something going for him.
Mm-hmm.
And you said 4.
Yep.
Son of a. Okay, I have 3 6s.
Three-
Let's roll this.
All of your successes were 6s. I want to believe.
Yeah.
Got it.
5. Okay. This game, these dice, I don't even know.
Cool. So I was gonna say you get to mark your routine persuasion, but you don't, because you don't
No.
need them anymore.
No, but I'll take the one
Yeah.
the 1 fate and 1 persona spent on this.
Yeah, like he stops, holsters his gun, looks you fairly seriously in the eyes and says, "Tell me what you need."
Yeah, and then we'll just hash out the details.
Yeah. I'm so interested to see the shootout at whatever tavern this is. It's like a terrible D&D tavern too, so it's like a shitty pun. Oh man. I need to think up a shitty pun name.
I'm trying to think of what part of the city would you want to pun on? I mean,
Well, like the high street is the Cannonade. Man, okay. Do you want to keep going? Do we
Both
throw
barrels
to...
of ale.
Pardon?
Both barrels of ale. Give them both barrels of ale.
Shots.
shots fired.
No, shots fired. Shots fired. Yes.
There we go. The tavern shots fired. Good. Great. I hate it. Please, please blow it up. Oh my god, the shitty pun. That's just... Thank you, Jason. Yeah, it's the shitty pun. That's the tavern name. It's across the street from Shots Fired.
Yeah.
So if you could like pull a Margareta and burn them both down, that'd be choice. Oh. Yeah, like yeah, do we want to see that scene play out, or what are we looking for here? How involved is Magnus in his plan?
I mean, I think he definitely has to make a good show,
Okay.
a good appearance, because he wants to be recognized as someone key to this plan's success.
Okay.
But he's also not going to put himself where he's going to get shot.
You did say you would go talk to the guy, though. I'm remembering.
Yeah.
now.
I mean, I would. I mean, I imagine that I have to be, point out who this is, and
Okay.
so I think like Magnus is going to be there, and he's going to probably put himself at some risk.
Okay. So it's going to be like falsehood or something to be like, yes, hello, this burlap sack is the daughter in question.
Yeah. This is going to go terribly, but yeah.
Cool. Do we see that now, or... Actually, I think there's a scene I want to see first. And that's Margareta knocking over a warehouse.
Dun dun dun.
Because I'm sure the Fusilaries don't have places they'd rather have their guns.
We begin with a cloaked figure, crashing in through the warehouses.
Well, I was going to say we start with
Skylights.
1 die for sheer luck. Is this
Yes,
plan
yeah.
particularly bold or daring? Yes.
Yes.
Is it overly complex or contingent on many factors? I don't think so.
Not particularly.
Do you have any friends or allies that are helping you in the operation? I know these rules fairly well, it turns out.
Wait. I should get the mercenaries to help me.
Yeah. So yes, you get an extra die for that.
All right. I'll go ahead and roll engagement. So that's 4d6.
Yep.
So we're starting.
You're in a
Yeah,
good
it's a
position.
65.
Yeah.
It's a good position. So, like, Mark already got the keys already, right? So And we know that she's like got the "don't look at me" thing skill down pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I think we rejoin the situation, and she's already like scoping out the room with the barrels, right? Like trying to figure out how to get
Well, yeah, like
the barrels out
in
circumspectly.
is easy. It turns out.
Right.
It's the physical obstacle of picking up kego gunpowder and transporting it elsewhere.
Right. And like, how much does a keg of gunpowder weigh?
I'm glad I'm not the one Google searching this. So, like, the list that the NSA has on me is just a little thinner.
Oh god. Okay. So like powder keg.
Mm-hmm.
We'll start with upwards of 60 pounds.
Okay. That's substantial.
Standard full barrels contain 100 pounds of gunpowder.
Okay.
A cask could be 6. So let's go with 100 pounds each.
Yep.
And I think like 6 of them should be right.
Sure.
Right. So like I start looking for a cart.
Yes.
Not just like a hand truck, right?
No.
But like the goat carts that this region is so famous for.
Well, the transport to a different, like, to a third-party location cart.
Right.
Good.
So I'm in the storeroom, and I don't believe that Margareta is lifting these carts herself, these barrels herself to load the cart with. Do I need to roll to get my buddies in there?
Probably. There's
Like that's,
yeah.
and then if I do poorly on that, like they've figured something out and people start showing up, I guess.
Right.
All right, what do I roll for masking other people?
I think it's going to be your
Stealthy?
Yeah. I mean, it depends on the tack you're taking, but like inconspicuous is a bunch of people are walking through a warehouse and you're just like, cool, we all work here, don't look too close. And stealthy is Batman through like shadows to shadow.
Like the smarter part of me would have gone through and like gotten clothes and stuff from middleware, so that even when we did get caught, we'd look relatively like we're supposed to be there.
Mm-hmm.
But we ain't got time for that.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go ahead and roll stealthy for the group. Not sure what you want my ob to be.
How many folk do you have coming with you?
Like, do I remember how much my gang was?
I think you had like it was like 10 people, and a quantity of them have died or what do you call it?
2.
Yeah.
So they can lift with their knees together.
Mm-hmm. That's how it's done.
Yeah.
Sorry, just trying to find the. Are you okay?
Me? No, I'm filled with cough.
Okay.
Have to let the cough out periodically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be especially difficult. I think there's 2 of them, so an ob of 2.
Okay. Can I fork inconspicuous?
Yes. Yes,
Are
always.
the 2.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, and not a 6 to be seen.
Nary a 6. I think it's just you're gonna leave some evidence behind.
Okay. One of the mercenaries.
Yeah, what's their name? No.
What's his face? What's the White Wolf? Gorian?
Geralt?
Geralt.
Yeah.
Geralt. So it's a soft G.
Yeah. Geralt.
Good. A soft G for a soft mercenary.
Gerald Fjord. It's Gerald Fjord.
Right. The albino. The albino mercenary.
Does Fjord also have a G in it that's also soft?
It's got a silent G at the beginning.
Someone stop this ride. I would like to get out now. That was the line.
So would Gerald.
Huh. Okay.
Geralt of Nvidia.
Well, I like Gerald Fjord more because then it's Gerald Ford.
Right.
Just
Geralt Ford.
Yeah.
What do you do? He told me it was okay to steal, and wow, that's my brain just opened and left. Cool. So we load the cart, one barrel at a time with two people. Then the three of us push the cart on out to the warehouse.
Yeah, it's security is curiously light.
It's weird. It's almost like
They all have somewhere else to be.
Yeah. And it's like,
Or like-
it's not all, but like there's a couple guards, but I mean you managed to mostly get around them.
there's no like drugged up orangutan nearby, is there?
There's a deep cut from the other game. Not even a deep. It's like that's a very service cut. That's
Our nemesis was a Batman orangutan,
Okay.
the Batarang.
and it kicked me off a building once and killed me. It was amazing.
Didn't kill you. You were fine.
Okay, it kicked me off a building once. So yeah,
You've left some part of your personal effects behind. Is
Okay.
like a scarf or something.
yeah, like identifying scarf. Yeah, but we get out okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean
Okay.
you have a cart full of gunpowder. Two still living mercenary friends. And yeah, security just seems light, and in a couple days, Broadcloak is going to swoop through here and find something.
Right. As I'm telling the mercenaries on the way out, I was like, "All right, guys, we're gonna go and we're gonna put this into the foundations of the house, and like we're gonna dig out from the house a little bit so that when Broadcloak comes to the front door, we can run up the back and light the fuse and blow him up, and that'll take care of all of our problems. One, you'll be the mercenaries who killed a wizard, and how many people can claim that? And two, I will have blown up the guy trying to take my name, which
Well, like-
was sad.
They stop and like look at each other, and they're just like, "What?" Like,
Yeah.
wait, how? But if the house goes up, where, like, my stuff's in there.
Sure, but like pack light.
My stuff. I mean,
Well, and like, how are we gonna get paid, boss?
Insurance fraud.
I don't know what either of those words mean.
So the house has a certain value on it, and we're going to get money to rebuild the house, and then we're just not going to rebuild it. We'll just take the money and go.
Okay, boss. And they both stop and like look down at the pistol on your hip.
I don't know what that means.
They're afraid of you murdering them.
Oh, well, no, don't worry about that right now.
But when it's at all slightly convenient.
Right.
it's probably
right,
for
right.
later. Really.
I mean, so the other thing we could think about is how else to kill a wizard. And I'm perfectly happy killing him another way. This is really just a fail-safe. So we just need to figure out a different way to kill him in the meantime. Like maybe, I understand stabbing him isn't going to work. So
Yeah, because they do that weird shieldy thing, right?
yeah, slow on attack, quick on defense. That's Dune.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what we'll do. Is after you guys, you set up these barrels. I'll set up the barrel to explode, and then we'll research how to kill a wizard, and that'll get us paid somehow too.
I mean,
There's a bounty on the wizard?
he's probably got a bunch of magic crap on him, right, boss? That's a
Yeah.
wizard thing.
Right, and you can sell that or like melt it down for
Now,
spare parts that you can then use to enhance other things.
this isn't 4E's, boss. Residuum doesn't exist.
Okay, sorry. Pretend. It's a D&D setting.
Yeah. Right.
So,
It's just not that D&D setting.
yeah, and I'll work out something for us to do that would be us played as well. Like, we could shake down some store owners, or it's a thing that I have on the sheet about destroying things for fun and profit.
You have extortion under stats and skills.
Yeah.
Alternatively, your brother probably has some pricey shit.
Right. Oh, no, I've got it. And then we'll steal my brother's prized grandfather clock and sell that on the black market in order to...
Mike, this also isn't Ryutama. Ryutama.
Everything comes back. The image of a grandfather clock as a precious thing that is carted around by hooligans.
I love that it's a thing you can buy as a new character, and it's literally all of your money and it does nothing. It's so good. You're like, yeah, but it's my fucking grandfather clock. Step back.
Right, what's it do? Well, it keeps time pretty decently until we pick it up and
All
move
right,
it around.
unless you shake it too much when you run, like then it's a problem.
Yeah. This is a weird and interesting hobby we've settled on.
Delicious. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that sounds reasonable to you guys, right? Great grandfather caper after this.
Sure. Whatever you say, boss.
I'll even forego my share for helping me with the gunpowder.
It's the whatever you say, boss, is when you're absolutely certain they're lying to you
Oh.
and like looking for the door.
So they're not thrilled with the gunpowder plot?
They have concerns. They have concerns.
Okay. Well,
Mostly that you're going to be putting high explosives under the place where they sleep, and also the place where they store all their stuff.
okay. It's a work in progress. You know what we'll do is we'll come up with a fake house. We'll move everybody to a new place, and we'll keep this house as our obvious front, and we'll have a safe house that we put everything.
That sounds less terrifying, boss.
Okay. And then you won't have to sleep under high explosives.
Yeah.
I'll just do that.
High explosives.
I really proximate to is the concern there, boss.
Okay. So we won't set them up quite yet, but we'll bring them to the house and we'll leave them in the back someplace.
I hear black powder's real stable, boss.
Okay. And then we'll buy a safe house with the grandfather clock money. Maybe. I gotta go figure out how much money gets us stuff.
Yeah. I mean, you've got a bunch of cash on you, actually.
Do I really? I
You've-
thought I had.
You have 3 units of cash.
Is that enough for a flop house?
Probably not a nice one.
All right, so we'll get this grandfather clock caper done to make it a nice flop house.
Throw in stash at our
You can buy a poor quality bassinet for ob 3 of cash, or ob 3 of resources.
Poor quality
Let me
bassinet?
tell you about bassinet price. I feel like that's accurately represented. You either own a surf or a decent bassinet.
Yep.
These are the 2 options for ob 3.
Or rent a townhouse for a townhouse or a country villa for ob 3. So there you go.
Awesome.
At ob 4, you can get a sturdy 18-person longboat and go be pirates.
Great. Yes.
I mean, that's an option too, right? I don't know the Magic doesn't work over water, so
Right, just grounds right out.
right.
We're just gonna go real quick. Mercenary unit restructuring. We're pirates now.
I will be your captain. Ahoy.
This is your captain speaking. We have reached a cruising altitude of 0 above sea level.
Hopefully it's like 2. Hopefully it's at least 2.
2 or 3 above sea level.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So
you'd be at 0. The boat would be at 0, right? That's how sea level works.
The bottom of the boat is at 0. Hopefully where the captain is above that.
I mean, the bottom of the boat's below the sea level line, but that's
Yes.
neither here nor there. Guys. We're getting back into Iron Fish territory.
We're into the weeds.
Yeah.
Iron fish. Like a fish comes along, like its fin glows, and it tears through the hole of the boat on the side.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we put the black powder down, and then we go to somebody else. while
Where
I
is
try to
it
figure out
being
this-
stored?
I'm going to spend a unit of money to rent a shed.
I mean,
That's not-
there's probably a shed out back of your place that...
I'm going to put it in the shed,
Okay.
far enough away that the dudes won't get too nervous.
Okay. Yeah, they very gingerly...
Yeah, don't. no hide and seek around the barrels, please.
Yeah, we'll keep clear, boss. You don't you worry about that.
All right.
We'll be a nice, safe distance.
Yeah. You could, like, these are people who are at least somewhat experienced with explosives. And I imagine it's the somewhat amount of experience that leads someone to be probably overcautious. Because that seems like the correct amount of cautious if you're not very familiar.
You'd hope, right? Like you'd hope that
It's like the bold thieves and old thieves thing. There's
Right.
bold gunpowder technicians. There's old gunpowder technicians. And you recruited primarily from the latter.
Awesome.
the old washed up one.
Well, like the old ones who were like, yeah, we should take our country back from these invaders from the north.
Make the Thundering Valley great again.
Boy. I was trying to stop short of that.
Nope. Not allowed.
Fair. It's starting to feel like we're running out of steam a little bit.
I am having to do
Yeah.
really basic stuff to try to keep my brain awake.
Cool. Let's do end of session stuff. We'll wrap up a little early. And, hopefully everything will have settled down in a week, because that's realistic.
Yep, that's what's happening with regularity.
Yeah,
That's we get calmer over time.
right. Let's start with Indiso, your
What is calm? Calm is a lie.
mm,
Alright. Old Pacoon. Okay, so my beliefs are the old god Pacoon favors free. I will complete construction of the sanctum. That's going a completely different way.
I mean, you don't even need to reword it, though.
No, I will complete it. We're completing construction.
Mm-hmm.
Construction is completed.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think. Yeah, there's no like actual progress being made.
Okay.
At least not tonight. I am building a future for the Grapery. I will solidify our relationship with for this endeavor. Yeah, no. I talked to no one who was not directly involved in burning a god tonight.
So on your first point, I'd actually disagree with you. I think you made progress on that, in that you thought you were heading this way, and now you're heading that way.
Turns out it's like velocity. Progress has a vector.
Yeah. There's a
Okay.
there's a vector component. Your direction has changed.
Okay.
Perhaps
Alright,
the magnitude has not.
So what are you thinking here, Coach? Is it
Probably fate. You haven't
fate point?
you haven't finished the thing.
All right, that's cool. Yes. All right. Still don't think I touched number 2.
Mhm.
Number 3, Hakun, the ancient patron deity of this grapery, is suffering. I will find a way to cleanse the god with fire. So, I mean, I found a couple of ways apparently,
Yeah.
but I have not accessed them yet. I haven't used.
I mean, you tell me what you think, though. Because the belief is fine.
I think I finished this, and coming next time, I need to actually pick a way and finish it,
Okay.
or I need to go like find more rot and finish it.
Yeah.
All right, instincts. Accept a drink if offered.
Mhm.
I will look for the signs of Cocoon and all things.
Mhm.
Always working on the next finish. None of those really cause me any trouble, I don't think. So yeah, I think I have 1 fate and 1 persona.
I think your second one. Whoop! I just punched my microphone. I
Look
think
for
your.
signs of Cocoon and all things.
I think that caused you some grief. Because you're like, I'm gonna go burn my symbiote or bury my symbiote.
Okay. Okay.
And
Yeah.
that ended up like throwing some havoc into your plans or whatever the hell that villain in
Whatever
Venom's.
that wording is.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take it. I would agree with that. Yeah.
Something caused a riot. Something.
Something.
There's carnage now. Something.
And violence happened. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah. No. So that's 2 fate points and a persona.
Mhm.
Dun-dun-dun.
Seems good to me. I don't know if you have enough Artha yet.
No, I should. I'm about to piss off a god.
I
So
love the mental image of you just like throwing 8 persona. Like I know you can't, but like throwing 8 persona at like link tests and then the actual test and successfully summoning a god. Just being like, just need to hold this and just like. Okay, I'm out.
you know this whole thing's gonna end with this angry god yelling up at me from a pit, and me just like kicking a barrel of grain alcohol down, and chucking a match down inside, and walking off like usual suspect style, just as the thing burns. Yeah. That's
the
best case scenario.
That's the goal.
For Indiso.
Indiso Soze.
Yes. Yes.
Lady Margreta, Agnesia, Luca, Pascalina, Bianca, Florentia, Marta de Fabri.
See.
What's good?
All right. Didn't defeat the wizard yet.
Nope.
Didn't defeat my brother yet. But I did steal some gunpowder.
Mm-hmm.
So I take persona for that, right?
Yeah. Did any of your instincts or traits get you in trouble?
Let's see. Possibly quixotic and violence.
I'd say Quixotic definitely did when you're just like, when you're like, I'm panicking. I need to steal gunpowder.
Right.
BRB.
Yeah.
Gunpowder.
I feel like that could have gone better. Just as like a general like decision-making process. So but I like you owned it, you went for it, and you're just like, yeah, this is like probably bad, but it's what she would do.
Yeah. I mean, she hasn't shown a lot of restraints in those issues, so.
Nope.
I also like how I feel like that could have gone better as a general decision-making process. Is like the after action for basically everything that we do every time. I located the problem, and it's in your brains, and you should stop using it.
Well,
You just
okay.
need to patch it.
All right, how much
That's
fate
right.
do I
That's
get?
right. We got a software patch coming in.
You get 1 and 1. 1 fate, 1 persona.
Awesome, thank you.
And Magnus.
Yes. So, no exploiting of the non-citizens today.
Okay.
Gonna get back to that eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's important.
So the second belief I finished was, or I fleshed out, was I must restore my fortune. I will ally myself who could help me,
Yep.
which I did manage to do today.
Yeah.
I think.
I'd agree with that.
Yep. And then the third belief, I'm gonna probably rework. The wealth must be recognized by the nobles. I'll show them his power. I don't know if Magnus has much faith in the nobles anymore,
Okay.
or the
Like they're a
Yeah.
means, not a goal or an ends. Or
yeah. I think with his title being stripped, the ambition for the title, I think he might try to find some other way to use his wealth that's not so flash.
Okay.
Instincts, no. I mean, traits, his ambition and greed is gonna put them in the middle of a firefight.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, you're like, I don't know how easy the path was. Well, actually, this might be the argument for the trait. When you're like, I don't think I would sell out Bella because she's noble. That speaks to like a tradition or similar, like some kind of like, you still put yourself below nobles in some fashion.
It's not even the. I mean, I think he would have had the same answer for citizen if it was, we need to get Joe Schmo off the street, or
Yeah.
someone from the opposing faction. He'd have no problem selling him into slavery.
Okay.
But someone who,
Is from round here.
yeah, for someone who has a proper title, whether it be noble or not, I think he has a slightly more respect for.
I mean, like that feels traditionalist, I think.
Yeah.
Or at least a way that, like, I don't know if that made your life any easier or harder.
It's definitely gonna, I think, be harder and
And it's definitely complicated your life.
yeah, for sure.
I also like that you haven't, like, called in your brother yet.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with their relationship.
Okay. I mean, he's immediate family, and other than that, he's not hateful or anything else, so...
Yeah, I think it's very divergent
Mm-hmm.
character types.
Yep. He's also important in the region, so he could be useful.
True.
But, cool. So you get the persona for your second one, and one fate for your traits.
Okay.
Cool.
Zero-sum game.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, we're gonna end a little early, because some of us have baby brain or moving brain or camera's not working brain. But we've been that D&D podcast. I hope you've enjoyed this, because I certainly have. Good to see some friends in chat, and yeah. Hopefully we'll be back Thursday, but I think that might be a little. I don't know what's up with her schedule. I've been fairly heads down at work lately, so.
Yeah, I'm gotta figure out Thursday.
Yeah, we need to figure that out.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, Internet. Thanks for coming.
Take care of yourselves. Be well, and have a lovely and good
Drink
evening.
water.
Yeah.
Drink
Get some
water.
sun.
Hydration. Hydration is important.
People are plants.
All right. Good
People
night.
are plants.